If your New Year's resolution or your wish board includes German citizenship, sooner or later you'll put there another goal: getting your B1 level in German. That feels like a heavy lift, but trust me, you can do this if you know clearly all important details how to get there. Let me break it down clearly for you so you don't waste your time, money, and energy, but moves intentionally. And the first and foremost, yes, one of the mandatory requirements for German citizenship is the proof of German language skills, and for most people that means at least B1 level. I have a hypothesis that people who have higher level of language skill get faster in the approval process, but unfortunately I haven't found any confirmation of the statement. So if you have B1, it's great, but if you don't there yet, save this video for the later and prioritize simply learning German for now, whatever way you prefer. But if you do speak German at a level sufficient for solving basic problems in your daily life in Germany, for example, you are able to arrange an appointment or order something, or you can briefly talk to your colleague, for example, about the weather, or you simply can talk to your housemeister, for example, solving some house-related issues. Most likely you are already meeting all the requirements, and this video will help you in your preparation for the exam. I'm gonna explain you which language certificates are officially accepted for the German citizenship, how exams are different, and how you can choose the complexity level. Also, whether you must attend the language school or not, and how to maximize the effort for your situation. And let's straight away understand which certificates are accepted for the naturalization process. This is very important because not every language certificate counts. For German citizenship, the certificate must come from an official recognized provider. The most common accepted are the Goethe Institute and TELC, the European language certificates. These are safe options across all the German states. Other certificates may be accepted in specific cases, but if you want to avoid any problems, Goethe or TELC is the safest way. I personally chose TELC, and here is why. Goethe and TELC exams are slightly different, and after careful research, I have realized that Goethe Institute is more academical, more structured, has more difficult topics to discuss, and a strong focus on grammar and writing. Writing, for example, for B1 requires 2 tasks, written tasks, accomplish, comparing to the TELC B1 exam that includes only 1 written task. And often the task is split for Goethe Institute in 2 different days, like listening and writing all the grammar stuff, related tasks you do one day, and another day is just simply given to the speaking. Meanwhile, for the TELC, you actually do everything in one bunch, so whether in one day you test all the different skills in your German, and the TELC exam itself more practical. It feels closer to the real life German based on my personal impression of the topics I had for preparation and during the exam itself. And important that the written part was easier, so that was one of the crucial points for me to decide which test I'm gonna take. But for the legal perspective, both are equally recognized internationally. So that's why the office where you apply with your citizenship does not prefer one over another. So choose based on your learning style or availability in your city, not based on the prestige of any of those certificates. And once you are ready to pass the exam, you just need to search for the school that facilitates one of these certified exams. But here is another question. Do you have actually to study at the language schools to be able to pass the exam? And short answer, no. At least that was my case. I shared in one of my videos already available on my channel that I self-studied German during my first year settling down in Germany. Don't ask me how I and where I got so much motivation for German while doing my master and searching for my first job and doing my first career steps. I was very ambitious expat. Right now I don't have so much practice anymore because I mainly speak English at my daily work, but still my German is in a solid level. So I decided actually that it should be enough for me to pass an exam without the participating in classes, especially taking into account my 5-day work week. So if this is your case, you know that it is not mandatory actually to attend any integrational courses or language school or Goethe or Talc specific preparation classes to be able to register for the exam. It's purely optional. But what matters is you need to register to the language schools for official exam by recognized certificate, and therefore you can study by yourself, use online courses, study with apps, or prepare privately. No one cares how you do this, because only one important thing is that you pass your exam. But of course, school can make sense for you if you struggle, for example, with the structure, you really need speaking practice, or you need someone to hold you accountable for your progress, or you simply are close to B1 but not confident enough. Don't forget actually that you don't have to be perfect to pass exam. Certain amount of mistakes is acceptable, but don't overestimate yourself, your capacity, because it's expensive and time consuming. I, for example, paid around €175 for one exam and spent the whole day at the school doing all the parts of the test in one single shot. So don't waste your time and money, but rather prepare for that carefully in advance and be ready to go to the school and pass your exam successfully. I can share that the schools I chosen in Berlin is called Speak Easy. It's not an ad, I'm just sharing my experience. They offered a lot of dates for exam, and after I registered for the certain day, they provided me an access for 1 week to the platform for the online group classes, 1 week prior to my exam date, with the teacher briefing us on the exam structure and giving us the specific tasks to practice with one another, doing the tasks that are very close to the real situation we are going to be at during the exam. So that was really helpful and gave me a better understanding of what to expect from this exam. So if you have similar options or have a friend who passed already exam, feel free to ask for the real impression how exam is structured and what to expect. In a nutshell, I can share with you that you are going to do the test for 4 different parts of your language skills: basic grammar, writing, listening, and speaking. Depending on the exam certificate you'll choose, the topics may be different and the timing can vary, as we discussed that before, but you are required to pass at least 60% of each chapter with correct answer to consider your exam passed. And remember that results are available approximately after 1 month, not immediately, but it can again vary for the different cities in Germany. I can personally say from my experience that I waited for my results in Berlin around 5 weeks, so be prepared for that as well. And before you start panicking prior to your exams, remember that German citizenship doesn't require perfect German. It requires functional and confident communication for your daily life in Germany. That's why take it easy, and I wish you good luck, of course, with your exams. And in the next episode in the series, I'll walk you through another mandatory test for the German citizenship that's called Einbürgerungstest. So stay tuned and see you soon. Take care. Bye bye.